Hello. Before I turn this on, can you hear me? Hello. Before I turn this on, can you hear me? Okay, I'll take this off then. Welcome. This is like I've done before, this is going to be an editing stream. But most importantly, this is going to be a stream about really just getting back into it, and I'm just going to explain what I'm going to be doing from now for the next couple days on the channel. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be doing a stream probably every day for maybe around at most half hour to an hour, and then I'm just gonna stop it and just do stuff. And so the whole point of that is the fact that I've been very kind of just off lately, and it's mostly because I haven't been I just haven't been too focused on the channel, and I know that's like a huge that's just a huge part of it, of why I just haven't been making videos lately. So I feel if I just do something on the channel at least every day for just a couple minutes to at least an hour, I'm just gonna try to get a little more active. Like, you don't even have to follow me every day. I don't even expect you to follow me every day. These streams right now, they're not gonna be, well, they are going to be archived, but they're not going to be public on the channel. I'm going to put them in an unlisted playlist to be seen. If you really want to watch them later, you can. But what this is this is just my own thing to get back into it. So with that, I'm going to start working on the current video. If you can see, one thing I do want to say before I begin working on this and start talking a little more about like just what's going on, at the bottom of the stream, I do have a Twitter now, at PwnView. So if you do want to follow me, I didn't do it today just because it's kind of newish, but I am going to be streaming. I am going to be tweeting when I stream, because they're going to be very random. Because again, I'm only going to be doing it when I have time, because I still have a very busy personal life. So I'm just going to tweet out like an hour before, like, hey, I'm going to start streaming now. Come watch, come talk if you want. And that's really what this stream's going to be. It's just going to be hang out, talk. If the music's too loud, let me know. I wanted to kind of do something a little different with the music instead of always playing MLP fan stuff and stuff. But let me know. But that's really what's going to be happening today. So I'm just going to be working on this stuff. You guys can talk in the chat if you want. You can ask me questions. I'll be watching. And really, that's about it. I'll be talking a little more about what I want to do as I actually get to work on the new video. So, well, here's the newest video for those that were wondering. So I do, this is actually really old. I posted it way back on my Twitter much earlier, like way back in September, I think, because like this was originally supposed to be planned, hold on, let me cut off the music real quick, so I can play the audio so it's not too loud, or it's not overlaying stuff. Okay, so with that, so what this is going to be, I was gonna do this video. I don't know how many people remember this video. It was pretty old. I mean, this was around, like, I guess when Tron Legacy originally came out. The guy that made this is Alstif. If you remember him, I did one of his videos earlier, the Derpy's Toy one. And it was when I was doing the Everything Wrong with Pony Girl Fluttershy version, and I was looking up Fluttershy stuff to just kind of do, because if you haven't seen that one, I just kind of like went all out with it just to make it Fluttershy themed, and I found this old animation, and I'm like, oh wow, I really do want to do something. I really do want to do this one, because I remember seeing this, and I really like just the fact that it used the Tron aesthetic, because I am kind of interested in Tron. I've never seen the original, and I've seen Tron Legacy. Never saw the Disney TV series. I think it was called Tron Uprising. I wanted to, but I heard it was very good, but it was very short-lived. So that's what the newest video is going to be, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. Is for this one. But that is how that's all I'm really gonna be doing today. So what I have, and once I start working on this, I'll put that music back on. If anyone wants to know what that music is, just let me know. But this is really what I'm going to be doing today. It doesn't really matter about the audio of this thing. It's just going to be listening back and forth to the same audio. I'll be talking. I'll try to talk just so it's engaging and it's not like dead air. Because I know I've had complaints about that before for like some of my earlier editing streams. People will be like, you're just kind of like sitting there just doing nothing. And a lot of times that's because I sometimes get lost in either the music I'm playing, or I'm just kind of lost in thought, or I'm just lost in what I'm doing. But I'm trying to... That's the whole point. That's the whole reason I'm doing these like half-hour to hour streams, is just to kind of get back into it. I want to get back into talking with you guys, doing stuff that I can just do just to keep busy. So that's really what's just going to be happening. So let me put the music back on, and I'll just get right back to started again. Oops. I knew I was going to mess that up. Okay, sorry. But yeah, so that's really what this is. It's a state of the channel, and it's not even really a state of the channel. It's the fact that the channel is still up. I still want to keep doing stuff, but I'm just losing some motivation, and I feel like actually doing something with the channel, actually like, and not like doing something as in like putting out a video every like 2 months is by doing something. I mean like actually being active with the channel, because I think that's my biggest issue, is that I'm just not as attached as I should be. And I mean, and it all depends on like, because some people can thrive with channels without like being too active, and that's one of, and I am proud of people that can do that. People, I guess, JonTron and stuff. But for me, I've realized that when I'm not active enough, I just lose motivation to just work on stuff. So this is what I'm doing. And that's really what the state of the channel is going to be. You're going to see things about it saying like, hey, there's a stream this day. Hey, there's a stream this day. Hey, there's a stream this day. Don't worry about it. I don't expect anyone to watch every single stream, be there at every single stream. I don't even expect the streams to be like, even have some viewers. I might just be talking to myself while I'm streaming just to my computer. But it's just so I can get into a rhythm, to just keep working on stuff. But yeah, have I kept up with the show? Yes, I have. I have kept up with the show. I just saw the recent episode, season 9, episode 3, Unrooted. I really do like the Student 6. I guess you haven't really noted it from me because I didn't do any videos about season 8. I did want to do a Starlight video about season 8, but stuff was coming up, and like I couldn't really get a good grasp on how to talk about it, and it may be coming up, and I may jump back into it later. And if people want to ask me about like what are my opinions or what I was thinking about doing with that, feel free. But with that, I have been keeping up with the show. I do like the students. My favorite is Smolder. And then, other than that, I saw the premiere and I saw the recent episode, and I'm excited to see episode 200 this Saturday, which I will actually miss live. I'll have to watch it recorded later because I work in the morning. Because I can't get off during the morning for the first time. Because I've been lucky and I've been able to only work at night, but I work in the morning this time, so yeah, I won't get to see episode 200. I hear good things about it. If you've been keeping up with the rumors, I won't spoil anything now. For anyone who doesn't want to know, but if you want to look it up, there's plenty of information out there about what episode 200 will be. So, no worries. So let's see what we got here. And then, really, that's. I mean, I have like a lot of opinions about the show. I'm excited to see what they do with season 9. With like the team up of villains and stuff. I want to see what they do with that. Let's see. Okay, so one of the things I remember about this is
what a gorgeous day out to sing with the birds, have tea with the animals, or just sit inside and do nothing. Wait, what exactly does Fluttershy need cheering up from?
Yeah, that's about right with the timing. Because usually with something like this, I try to work with the timing. Oh man, music turn off. One of the musics, I can't remember what it is. It will come back on. It's a kind of wonky. The music I have is like very. It's only doing it certain things, but it will probably, if it doesn't come back on in the next minute, I'll see. Okay, there it is. Yeah, for some reason it like cuts out for a minute. I don't know. I'll have to look at that later when I try another. But for right now, it's doing okay, so I'm not going to be too bothered by it. But I do like this music. My favorite fanfic, I haven't read too many fanfics. I've read a lot more fan comics. I've read a lot of... I think I said this on a previous stream. I was following... I can't remember what his name is. I think it was Ponyman. He did this thing called Lyra's Bizarre Adventure, which I guess is a spin on JoJo's Bizarre Circus or Bizarre Adventure. Oh my gosh, wow, I just showed my age there. Whoo, that was like a Freudian slip. If anyone knows what I just referenced, what old Disney Channel show I just referenced, I'm so sorry for you. I don't think I've ever actually seen it, but I remember waking up in the morning. I think it would always be on, like, right. It was like, it used to always be one of the first, like, Disney Junior shows. But, yeah, that was one I followed. I'm trying to think. When it comes to fan works, I do follow the comic, but I don't have too many, like, fan fictions I read, mostly because I haven't just had time to, I just haven't, or not time, that's a complete lie. I haven't found something I really like, but that's definitely one of the comics I've been following, and I really do like that one. So if you're into like really weird stuff, give that a look. That was definitely one of my favorites. I think it's still going. I fell out of it for a little bit. I got to look back into it. I could easily spoil where I left out of it, but it would be completely meaningless to anyone who hasn't seen it, because there's just so little context you can give with that comic. It's just crazy. But yeah, that was one I was following. I'm trying to think when it comes to fan works and stuff. Hold on, I want to make sure that this is. Okay, I think I want to bring this out more. So then that, because what I'm trying to do with this is, no, I want to time it so that, except that the fade isn't long enough. I want to time it so that it fades in where she's sitting in her chair. So we're going to cut that. Oh, jeez. My mouse is very touchy. Okay.
Or just sit inside and do nothing. Wait, what exactly does Fluttershy need cheering up from?
Okay, so I probably will. Maybe I will probably make this longer. So what I'm doing is I'm making this longer so that this stays on screen longer. And then what I think I'll do is maybe I'll overlay scenes from the show of like Fluttershy like playing with the birds and the animals, probably from the first scene in Feely Vanilli. But yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Outside Cinema Sins and parody channels. What are your favorite YouTube channels, etc.? I think I said this previously. I watch mostly like gaming stuff. And it's really weird. It's like a weird like trifecta. Recently, actually more made into like a quad thing. But that's a whole different issue. But the trifecta is Game Grumps, Super Mega, which is the Game Grumps editors, and then Oni Plays, which is Chris O'Neill from Oni NG. And he guest starred on there on Game Grumps one time. Super Mega, Matt and Ryan guest starred with him. Oh, cool. Music's back. I really don't know what's going on with that music. I'm going to have to figure that out next time. Those are the three I watch. Mostly, I've been kind of falling out of. Well, I mean, Game Grumps hit a really weird slump the past week. If any of you follow it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Aaron did a questionable video content, and Super Mega's been kind of quiet because of their traveling. But Oni Plays, he's been very active. They've been playing Fallout New Vegas recently, and that was really fun to watch. And then with that, and that's pretty much it. And then what I mean by the fourth one is now I've started watching Barry Kramer, the Game Grumps old editor. He has his own streaming on Twitch, if you ever follow him. And the only reason I started following him, or watching him, and I really only watch his VODs because I don't have time to catch his streams just because I'm so busy with work and stuff. The only reason I follow him is because he made a video called, he made a Kingdom Hearts video. Like, he probably knows people follow him because of that video. But if you've ever seen the video, it was pretty big on YouTube. It got a lot of publicity, but it's a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts by Barry Kramer. I saw that, and I'm like, and I remembered Barry's editing from Game Grumps and his like sense of humor, and it clicked with me like really well. So I watched that, and I'm like, I want to see how he did this, and so I went and watched his editing streams. I watched him talk about it with his friend that gave him the lore of Kingdom Hearts and all that, and then I watched him play through Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. And then I just kind of like, I liked his like little community that he had, so I just started rewatching old VODs of his. I've seen a bunch of them, but yeah, that's the fourth guy I watch. Other than that, nothing really, mostly because they kind of keep me occupied. I mean, speaking with like Oni Plays, I kind of went off and watched some of because at one point with Oni Plays, there was a guy named Ding Dong on there, and he did his own streams, and someone recorded them and kept the VODs for him. So I watched some of those old VODs sometimes, just because I liked Ding Dong's personality. So I watched some of his stuff. But other than them, nothing really too much that I watch outside of that group of people. Yona's your favorite, Chidi? Oh yeah, Yona was really good. I really liked Yona, and I think that's when everyone started to like her, was with Rockhoof in a Hard Place last season. Like, that was just her perfect episode to shine, and she had a really good showing in the recent episode too. But it's really amazing that they got like Yak characters to just kind of be like, this is what we're really, they got really interested in the Yak characters for some reason. It was like really odd.
Chair also needs cheering up too, since its
I just found that kind of odd. Like, everyone was always wondering, like, when are we going to see buffalo again? When are we going to see zebras? And it's like, no, we're not going to see any of them. We're only going to see yaks. Yaks are the big selling ticket for the animals of the show. Okay. So I want that. Yeah, okay. So what I have here, I just said this sin was, paste that. Darn it, I hate when I do that. Okay, this sin, I said...
I guess Fluttershy's chair also needs cheering up too, since its size along with her.
What I mean by that is, if you notice in the animation, the chair, I guess it's the way that that he did it. The chair, like, moves with her as she sighs, as it, like, moves into the... I'll definitely slow it down more, but you can see here that the chair is just kind of, like, moving up and down as she sighs. I think I may have to put more into it. But it's really kind of off-putting because it just kind of looks like the chair is just moving with her. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the chair is just moving up and down as she's, like, sighing. Because it's like she's, like, glued to the chair, and her sighing is what's causing it to move. You can see it really well behind her head here. Like, this, like, piece just kind of, like, moves up and down. It moves with her head. It's just kind of weird. I love that. And that's what really gets me with these, like, with sinning stuff, is I love seeing the little shortcuts that these animators take, and it's so cool to just kind of point them out and be like, hey, look, this is how they did this kind of thing, because it's definitely some kind of, like, tweeting motion he did with her head and stuff, just so that the chair, I guess, isn't like, stuck in, like, a static position. But it's really weird because, like I said, again, it's tweened with her head, so it looks like the chair is just moving up and down. But yeah. Who's the best horse? Best horse is Sweetie Belle, obviously, because she just is. That I always actually love that question of, like, who's best pony. And then I always give my favorite answer. But then then I always think about, like, why is this character best pony? Because then I can't think of it. Like, I feel like that's what makes a character, like, your favorite, the best, is just when you only have a reason of, like, you don't have to defend it. You just have to be like, this character's the best. I know it. You know it. You know, well, you don't have to agree with me, but you know why I know it. So it's just kind of like, yeah, this is why this character's best pony, or this character's best pony for me, and that's why it's Sweetie Belle. But more recently, like, but when it comes to, like, characters, like, I like and that I like to talk about, because, like, with Sweetie Belle, it's just hard to just talk about, because, like, I've been asked, like,
large enough for Angel to fit in the corner, but in the next shot, it shrinks to the size of a small towel in Angel's paws.
Okay, sorry, I wanted to make sure I got this next sin right. So the weirdest part is, like, I've been asked, like, do a video about why Sweetie Belle's such a good character, and really there's nothing I can really say, or, like, there's nothing I can really analyze, just because most of it just comes from how much I like her. Like, because, like, what I was gonna say is, there's a difference between liking a character and wanting to defend them. Because when it comes to that, Starlight is my favorite in that front. I absolutely love talking about her with other people. I can talk for hours, just, like, talking, you know, defender. I could talk about like an analyzing of her. She's just so much fun to talk about for me. Just because there's just so much that was, like, either wrong with what happened with her, or just like so much that, like, can be seen from so many different perspectives. And so I have two, really. Sweetie Belle is best pony, but Starlight is my favorite to talk about. Starlight is the one I would want to just sit down and have a conversation with you about. So yeah, that's pretty much my answer. Have I heard of DWK? Yes, I have. I have seen DWK's stuff. Very good stuff. Definitely a good niche kind of guy. But yes, I have seen his stuff. I loved I love his enthusiasm for a lot of the characters that he has.
The rug in this shot is large enough for Angel to fit in the corner, but in the next...
like especially with like with Starlight and Trixie, and then the other, and just like that kind of thing, and even like the other kind of, and even like the infamy stuff he has, like especially like with Discord and stuff. I found that kind of funny, and I mean even I have that kind of weird thing, as I've noticed, because I'm gonna be honest, Discord was kind of a weird thing for me when watching the premiere. I know it's my personal hang-up. Like, I could never... It's the same reason why if someone tried to debate with me, if someone tried to say Starlight was completely horrible in the premiere, in the Season 7 finale, and I can be like, no, she's not, and I'm going to debate with you why that is. I'm not going to be hypocritical and say, and be like, hey, just because I can defend why this character belongs in this finale doesn't mean you can't defend why this character belongs in this premiere. But for me, Discord's was just kind of weird, and he's always been weird for me. So it just, I've never been, I guess maybe it's because I've just was never a huge Star Trek fan. Like, that's what I've heard. This is exactly what he was like in Star Trek as Q. So maybe that's why he never really clicked with me, just because I never grew up with him like that. But he's always been very weird with me. So I do share a lot of DWK's sentiments on Discord and stuff. But it's definitely very subjective when it comes to my feelings toward him. I could never debate with you why Discord's a terrible character or why he doesn't deserve to be in certain places. I know why he's loved, and I know everything. It definitely is much more of a subjective opinion for me. I wouldn't say Discord seems to show up to ruin a Pony's day for no reason. He does have like a very like omnipresent, well, omnipresent's not the right word because that's completely contradicted in the Season 6 finale. He has a very off-put, the way they utilize him is very it's not even avant-garde. I don't know what the word, but the way they utilize him is no way you can't use any other character. It's the fact that he can just show up at random, like in the premiere, how like Celestia is just announcing to Twilight, hey, you're gonna take over, and then immediately, boom, he shows up, and it's just like, why is he here? No one called him, no one's in trouble, why is he here? But it's just like, that's just Discord. You just accept it. And I definitely understand why he does it. It's just, it's off-putting. It's not my favorite. And again, it was definitely another, like, not my favorite thing with the, Season 4 finale. I did like him more in the Season 4 in Twilight's Kingdom than in this premiere, but I feel that's just because there's so much I hated in Twilight's Kingdom that he just kind of like he rose up in the liking because of how much I didn't like in the finale. But when it comes to the premiere, there's so much more I liked than him. It's just he just kind of went lower by association. But
No, it's because the rug is sentient and can change itself at will. I mean, how else would it go from in front of the trapdoor to the right of it?
But yeah, that was definitely a weird for me. I don't know. Dead Outside, did you hear me? I did talk a little bit about that, but it's kind of like I said, I don't know if you jumped in as I said it, but like I said, he was just kind of like a weird point for me in the premiere. I can't say he was bad, I can't say he was good. I didn't enjoy him as much, but again, that's just me. I know that is just me, and I can't say he was terrible or not. One thing I would say is his little speech, I would have liked it to be framed a little different. like, I think the big thing for me is, like, I know the thing he was talking about was purposely because, it was, the way he talked about the stuff, like, all sentimental about the elements of harmony. Because, again, that was a huge, like, kind of sticking point for me, like, of, like, how is he able to kind of talk about this? He was never really a big part of the elements. I feel this would be more like a speech for, like, Celestia or Spike, since they were always there for the elements, but, and he wasn't, so it just feels really off for him to be, like, speeching all about this and getting them all sentimental and, just strengthened by his speech, that it just felt weird, that he's the one who this speech is given to. But again, I think that is supposed to be the whole point. And again, when they reveal that he was faking his injury to give the speech, it kind of makes it be like, yeah, he was just making it up as he goes. Kind of obvious, but that's really where this whole point comes from. But that was definitely one of my weirdest things. Like, I would have liked it if with the speech, he's giving it, he's making it all emotional, they're all crying and everything, they all say, oh, that's so beautiful, and then Rainbow Dash just goes, you know he's faking it, right? Yeah, yeah, obviously, of course. And then, but they just are like, yeah, we know he's faking it, but he was just so passionate about faking it that we're gonna fight for him. And I feel that works better. And I feel that works better because now they know what he's talking about doesn't matter. It's the fact that he cared enough to talk about. And I could totally get behind a Discord like that, because I've always understood that he cares about his the main six and all his friends like Big Mac and Spike and I guess Starlight. I don't know. Matter of Principles was a little weird. It was definitely a good talking point I wanted to do for the video I wanted to make, but for right now I couldn't. For right now I was a little I couldn't get too much from it, but yeah, that's pretty much my opinion of Discord in the premiere. He was fine. I would have liked a little more of something that made me actually like feel like it was like I wanted him there, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna fault anyone for liking him. But yeah, that's about it. If MLP didn't exist, oh, hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I have a couple questions. Yeah, I do recognize you, Fire Eat Spartan. Do you have favorite ships? Have you thought about doing PMVs? Favorite ships? No, I don't really ship anyone. But I'm also not opposed to anyone shipping anyone. Mostly just because I've never I just never really got. I will absolutely like fan art and stuff. Like I've liked a bunch of Star Trek's fan art. Well, I mean, I would say, let me put it this way. I don't mind any ships except for one, and that's Sweetie Mesh. Or Button Bell. I don't know what it's called. I never liked that ship. And again, that's really petty of me to say. It makes it look like, oh, it's just because I like her. No, I don't see the connection between the two. I feel there's more connection between Lyra and Bonbon, and they barely shared any. Actually, they've shared tons of screen time. What am I saying? They gave each other presents in the last Hearts and Hooves Day thing. I feel there's more of a connection between. Actually, I don't know. There have been so many hints with these like fan ships. There's more of a connection between Vinyl and Octavia in the show than there is with Button Mash and Sweetie Belle in the entire fanon. And I just, I never liked that ship. I never liked that ship. Like, I've seen Sweetie Belle paired with other characters, and I felt more like, yeah, this could work more. Like, I've seen her with Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak was really cool to, like, see, like, a little, like, comic, they did with her, but just Button Mash, I never liked it. I never liked it. But, and then as for, doing, PMVs, there's a little bit of a surprise. I'm thinking about it, and I might. I really do want to put something out, since this is the last season. I want to put something out as, like, my farewell to the show. I do have a very, an idea in mind, but I have to actually get it done. I may do it on stream, during one of these streams, like, because I need to, work on them, just to kind of get back into the hassle of it. But, as for what it is, we'll see. That'll be up to me to figure out where what that's gonna be. But I do have an idea in mind, so we'll see about that. And then your final question: if MLP didn't exist, what would my channel be like? I don't know if I would make a channel. Like, the whole reason I started was because I originally saw Little Shy. Seeing him sin the episodes and being like, I want to do that. I mean, maybe... See, like, because the whole reason I did it is because he actually introduced me to Cinema Sins, and I watched them through him. So I feel like if I didn't watch him, I never would have watched Cinema Sins. And then with all that, like, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I would have gotten into... I don't know if I would have gotten into YouTube as like a genre. It's crazy to think I was very much like a baby when it came to YouTube and stuff. I never watched that much of YouTube in general, like, growing up. Mostly just because I was just never interested in it. It was the same reason way I was, like, never interested in, like, video games and stuff. That's another thing. Like, I was never huge into video games and stuff. And that was, like, a big thing. Okay. I need to move that. Okay, so that's there. So this sin is the fact that, this rug, so you see this rug is in front of the opening of this trapdoor, right here, right in front of this part, across from the opening of the door, and then, like, right there, and then immediately, it's over on the right side. Like, in between shots, nothing was disturbed it just, whoop, moved to the right side. So, that's this sin. But, yeah, that's really been my, encounter with, YouTube. Hold on, let me see. I think the music stopped. Let me put it back on, because I want to listen to it again. I really like the music. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing. If you're wondering why I keep throwing up that picture, it's just so that I can navigate my dashboard stuff without it, like, cluttering up the entire screen. But that's the only reason you get that picture randomly thrown up. I'm not, like, trying to end the stream or anything, or just being like, hey, I'm leaving, because I know that that's usually how these streams work, is that, like, they'll throw up an image and be like, hey, I'm stepping away, just watch this image while I go. No, it's just so that I can navigate the dashboard, because I'm working off of one screen right now. Well, two. I have another screen open for the chat, but I'm working off one screen for the entire stream, so I'll probably try to get another computer to work with a couple more screens, so it's not so wonky. But that is why I had to open up a screen like that. Anyway, what do you think? What do I think will happen to the fandom after G4 ends? It's gonna be around. Like, if you've ever been with a fandom, like, I mean, there's still people that, I mean, I wouldn't say, because that's the thing with my channel, like, I can definitely still keep going, because even after the show ends, because I'm not tied to the show, so even after the show ends, I can still do stuff, like make these Sins videos, because I'm tied to the Brony content. So as long as that never goes away, and it's going to be a while before that kind of stuff goes away, So it's gonna be a while before that kind of stuff goes away. So I'm pretty comfortable where I am. But as for the fandom, like I said, a lot of the fandom actually kind of drift. If you like look into like forums and stuff, or like chat rooms and stuff, a lot of them actually drifted away from the show, and they're just sticking with the fandom just because of the fandom stuff. Like because of the animations, because of the artists, because of the fan fictions and stuff. They don't even care. A lot of them don't even care about the show. So I don't think, like, a lot of people, those kinds of people that did that stuck with it, again, don't care about the show. So if the show ended, and a lot of people that are making stuff sometimes aren't interested in the show. They're just interested in the world. So they're gonna make like their own alternate universes and stuff. They're gonna make their own endings for the characters. I think it's gonna take a while before the fandom actually is gone. Because of how into it they are with the fan stuff, and just with the universe that the show created, and that's really what's keeping the fandom together. That's really what's keeping the fandom together, is just the fact that they enjoyed what the show was and is and still always will be, and not just the show itself. I mean, that's the whole reason why all these fandoms, all these like huge fandoms, Star Trek, Star Wars, all that stuff, they're still around, even though sometimes the properties died off for a certain point. I mean, like, this is like, we're in like the kind of point where, I mean, I know a lot of these things are big, but let's say like Star Trek The Next Generation was huge. Like, let's say like the original Star Trek with William Shatner was loved when it came out, and then it died off and whatever, and then they brought in a new thing, and then it wasn't as good, and then whatever, Deep Space Nine was like terrible. I don't know for certain. I'm just spitting out stuff that I know of. I know of these words that I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, Next Generation comes. It blows up. It's just incredible. Everyone loves it. Everyone's like, this is Star Trek should always end, and then it has to end, and then that's like saying that those that came in because of Star Trek Next Generation are gonna leave, or the Star Trek fandom is gonna go away and everything, and that's not gonna happen. This is how fandoms go. The content's not gonna stay around, so I'm optimistic that it's going to take a while before the fandom's gone. Okay, so we have the top of Fluttershy's front door, and it was open back when, I think, it was when Angel was going into the trap door. So I need to pull that up. Do I still have? Okay, I do. That's actually a good reason why I have this, so now I can move this back. But yeah, do I think G5 will be as good as G4? I don't know. I haven't seen too much from it. I'm holding my reservations for everything. I kind of want to stay kind of in the dark with it a little bit. I want to be pleasantly surprised if whatever comes. I hope there's some stuff that's like nodded to, then like that maybe kind of like, hey, there's a nod to G4 stuff. But I actually do hope it's something completely different. I was kind of turned off by the fact that they're still going to use the main 6. I don't like that idea, mostly because I want it to be its own thing and not tied to the like, I feel keeping the main 6 is still tying the franchise to the old one, and that's kind of like a little bit of my issue, but who knows? I mean, I feel as long as they make it something completely different, sorry, it could still work, but I'm optimistic about it. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm probably only going to go for about 15 more minutes. And like I said, these are just very, very short streams just to kind of get into everything. I will be archiving them in an unlisted playlist. I don't expect everyone to watch every single stream. I don't expect there to be tons and tons of viewers. This is just for me to have something just to keep myself busy. Just to keep me working on videos so I don't lose motivation. And this was fun. I've actually this I feel while it looks like I didn't get a lot done, I feel like I got a lot done because when I am not that when I sit here by myself and I have to edit these things, it can feel very tedious, and I just get very bored. Like I'll have to like get up and just kind of move, and like I'll like click off and I'll go to like a different screen. Sometimes I'll like browse Derpabaroo for an hour longer than I should be because I need an image, and then I'll be like, huh, this image led to this one. I'm bored. I'm gonna look at these images now. And then it just ends up being like I wasted so much time and I got barely anything done. For me, I got done... How many sins did I get done? I got done almost 5 sins. So, yeah, this is going pretty well. I think there's 32 sins in this entire thing. Well, maybe. That's a little secret, though. Shh. I don't know why I just shushed you, but whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much what's going to be happening. I'm going to be doing this every day. Tomorrow's stream will probably be a lot earlier in the day because I work tomorrow night. So I will be probably streaming around, I'd say, this is Eastern Standard Time. So for those in the Pacific or Central, just calculate hours. I'll even say it if I can think of it. But for me, in Eastern Standard Time, I would say I'm gonna probably start again around. I'd say 11:30. I'll start around 11:30 a.m. in the morning. So for Pacific time, that's 8:30 in the morning. So I really don't expect you guys to get up and be like, I'm gonna watch this guy who is just gonna sit here and edit his video and talk incessantly. But that's gonna be tomorrow's. That's gonna be when I do tomorrow's. But and like I said, I'm gonna if you want to follow me on Twitter, so you get because I'm gonna tweet out an hour before I start. Hey, I'm gonna start streaming then. The thumbnail's gonna be the same every time, except I'm gonna change the date at least until we get to a certain point. I may start doing different things because I don't want to do like editing every single stream. I feel it's going to start getting boring. But for these first couple streams, I'm going to be doing the same thing just because I expect to be repeating myself a lot. Because like I said, this is going to be done at a different time, so I'm probably going to see different people depending on who's up, who's still following me. I was actually very surprised how many subscribers I still had left. Thank you for still sticking with me, even though I've been active for how long has it been? I feel it's been several months, almost 6 months or more. But that will definitely be. But that's definitely something. Let's see. Hold on. But yeah, so that's the game plan for the next foreseeable future. I don't know how long, but like I said, I mean, I might even, like I said, try to stream other things. Maybe I can. Oh wow, the music started up randomly. But I may find like something else I want to stream. I have some games. Maybe I could try gaming streams. I don't know. I'm not the. I mean, those that saw my stream for when I streamed that old MLP fan game. I'm not the best at gaming. Maybe I'd have to find something like I know I'm good at and not like a random blah thing. But that's so. If I do find that, I'll also have to figure out how to hook it up and everything. But until then, this is what I'm going to be doing for a little bit of the future. I mean, let me know. Let me know if you would like to see some kind of gaming. I can see if I can find something, if I can figure out something to do. Like, if you feel I would be okay with gaming, or like you feel you would be interested in watching me game, I don't know. Like I said, I only watch a couple gamers, and they're more. Barry's really the only one who streams. Everyone else pre-records stuff, and they're always with a group. I do not like, and this is my own person, I don't like solo gamers, like that kind of thing, where it's like a solo person. I like group, Let's Plays and stuff, so I have no reference of what it's like to watch someone game by themselves, because even, like, with streaming, it doesn't feel solo, because the person's always talking with the chat, so it never feels like they're just kind of talking to themselves or to the microphone. It feels like there's always someone there, even if there's not someone physically there. So, like I said, I'll play it by how I can figure out how to make it work. But that's about how it is. Let's see if there's any more questions before I go. I'll probably get around to getting there. So let's see. Yeah, I know. A lot of you probably have school. Because I know the general age of my fan base. But like I said, if you really want to watch it, they're all going to be archived in an unlisted playlist. I'll have it in the playlist section of the channel. For now. But again, these aren't like professional streams. They aren't supposed to be kind of like, hey, I'm doing something that you gotta see me do. This is just for my own personal benefit, to just get work done and also get more interactive with the chat and stuff, and feel a lot more compelled to do stuff for the channel than I was before. And like I said, if this is how it's gonna go every night, I'm gonna like this. I like this idea, and I have a friend to thank for helping me figure this out. If they come around, I'll let them know. But yeah, so I'll let this play out. Don't know why the music stopped again. I'm gonna let this play out until maybe I'm gonna do one more sin, and then I'll shut it off.
As this part can be seen as Angel was entering the trap door, but this shows it would be blocked by the door. If those
Okay, so this is the weird thing. Okay, I remember this one. This is a really weird... I guess it's the way it must be because of when he made this animation, he only made a set number of layouts of Fluttershy's... He only had a set number of layouts for Fluttershy's cottage, but it becomes a really weird... It becomes a really weird difference of perspective. So here's what I'm talking about. So when Angel enters the trap door, I'll go back. So up here, Angel enters the bottom of this trap door right around. So I mean, this is exactly how I watch these things to get these sins. I watch these things frame by frame. Okay, so Angel's entering this trapdoor right here. You can see it right up here. You can see the staircase to the birdhouse and everything, and the little cabinet and stuff as he walks down. There's the top of the cabinet. It's up here. So that's up there. So I need to grab that. But then the weird thing is, and again, I guess this is because he just didn't have a lot of assets for this animation. And then when we get to this part, so because this is here, so the opening for the trapdoor is here. The door itself is up here. So this thing is on what is on the left side of the door, apparently. Oh, okay, so I'll let this last song play out. And so then we get to the actual thing. Here it is. This is what we're seeing. That's apparently supposed to be on this side. And again, I think that's because he just didn't have what was supposed to be. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Is like you see these stairs and this cabinet on what is supposed to be this side of the room, yet it's over here. So it's definitely a weird. Yeah, you can see it right here. So you can see like there's these steps here, and then immediately when you go to what's in the opening, it's over here. Yet the door of this part is here. So the steps should be like way over here somewhere, and this should be like, I guess, Fluttershy's chair. See, that doesn't make sense. He should have just put Fluttershy's chair, the part of the animation he had way back. Let's see. Here, he should have just used this. He should have just used this opening. Because, I mean, that's literally where it should be. That's literally where he's putting the steps and everything. But, I don't know. Like I said, this doesn't change the quality of animation. This doesn't... It's just nitpicking. It's always been. It's never been, this animation's bad because he doesn't know how to animate. No, it's always just been, hey, did you ever notice that? It's kind of weird. But, yeah. What is the best animation I've sinned? Before I go, let me think. The best animation I sinned, it's like my favorite animation I sinned, Turnabout Storm. All 5 parts. That was my favorite. I loved making that entire series of videos. But the best one quality-wise, that's tough. There's a lot of good ones. Like, it's really... The problem is, I feel it would probably be Lullaby for a Princess, but me personally, I can't get that. I hate to say this, but the backlash I got from it, which was understandable originally, actually no, I want to say maybe the Moon Rises got worse backlash and it's made me feel. The fact that I got some backlash from like a lot of the really well done animations has just kind of made me not like them as much, and I know that's really petty of me to say, and it's not. Again, that's like my feelings for them. That's not my opinion of like this animation's bad. It doesn't make me like them as much just because of how beloved they became and how much backlash I got because of how beloved they are. It made it feel personal when I know it's not. Well, depends who the person commenting is, but that was a big thing. So, I'd say probably quality-wise, the best animation is either Lullaby for a Princess or Moon Rises. Speaking of which, I do want to, probably in the future, after I get this done, probably another one I would want to make in that same vein. I really would like to do the Fall of Sunset Shimmer. Oh, then again, that's Minty Root. And I already did one of his... I mean, he was very nice and let me do Dinky's Destiny, but I feel it's because he disowned it. And I feel if I do something he likes more, he may not. I'll definitely reach out to him, see if he lets me do it. But that would definitely be the next thing I want to do, just because there's a lot of stuff I can work with that. And I really liked watching the animation. And that's really why it's fun to do it, is because... I don't like doing Sins videos on animations I don't want to keep watching over and over again. It's actually why I'm so impressed that, like, Cinema Sins can do terrible movies. I just can't do it. Like, it's so much easier to make a Sins video on an actual animation I like watching. Because I'm going to have to watch the clips over and over again, and I'm going to have to see stuff about it. So it's a lot easier to just watch stuff I like and then nitpick it than having to nitpick stuff that I know is terrible and I am dreading doing. But yeah, that's about it. So that's pretty much where it is. I'm gonna stop the stream for now. Thanks for everyone who showed up. I'll see whoever comes tomorrow. I'll see whoever comes to a future stream. But that's it for tonight. Have a good night. Oh, and happy tax day. For those that do worry about that, but probably, I don't know. Have a good night.